Jamie at home with me. We're sick. We're just getting over this flu.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been a trooper, though. Okay, do you want to go see Grandma?
There's a dog. The dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've got Jana Hurd. Is that how you pronounce the last name?
Herde. It's a bit complicated. Herde.
Yeah, well, it's the German accents. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. She's joining me today because we're going to discuss an issue that I think is so important, and I think so many women today aren't going into the business for themselves because they're afraid to make the commitment or make the choice to just jump in, just go for it. And we actually are with a company that it's Empower Network, and it is amazing. The training is just unbelievable. The training videos, and then you also get the training from the other members of the team. That's just, Jenna can talk to you about that too. It's helped us so much to break into what's perceived, I think, as a man's world, because business now, the women stay home still. You're still responsible for the kids, and I think it's important once you can make the commitments to go in the direction. I was actually myself, I was working in a corporate job, and then when I had my son, I owned my own business, but it was a brick and mortar business, so it was 9 to 9, we were open, and I'd go in at 8 o'clock in the morning and stay until 12 at night until, and what kind of life is that with your kids? You're missing out on so much, and I think the deciding factor for me to close my business was my son, my oldest son, started calling Grandma Mom, and I thought, okay, that's not gonna wash with me, because I waited so long to have my child, and I didn't have him to have him raised by someone else. So anyway, that's enough about me. I want to bring Jana out, and hi. How are you?
It's so great you're having me, and we can do this together, because I know it's been amazing from the beginning, and on the last hangout we had, because I don't know who's listening to this, but if you're seeing this, in our business we have team hangouts. I actually made a video about it today, like people are crazy about getting into these hangouts. They always say, when is the replay? Where's the replay? Because if the hangout is so crowded, you can't get in anymore. And that's something that was unheard to me. And another team member, Ed, who's in Brazil, yeah, global. So Brazil, Canada, Germany, I don't know, New York, there's Alex, we have Atlanta, Georgia, yeah. Mike. We have Joe in Finland, so it's quite on my side.
Yeah.
He said we should start charging people to get into the hangouts.
So, well, I know about 3 weeks ago I couldn't get on there for two or three hangouts in a row, and I finally I signed in early and just left my computer signed in.
Yeah,
because
I do too. Otherwise you stay out, and sometimes you say, well, today I don't want to miss it. Today I have a question, or today I want to listen to this person. And if you're a girl or a woman out there and you're listening to this, please, it's so great when you have in these team hangouts, you have a man there who's making so much money, who's so good in the business, who's willing to teach you everything, and who says it's so pleasant to see more women on the hangouts, because he says, there's so much space on the top. Women can be there. I mean, just a few days ago, nobody's going to believe this. I Googled something I wanted to see just because I was interested, in the whole social media management side of things, because it's quite of a job. that is still you can't have a degree in social media yet. I mean, it's something that's so new. And I was interested who's doing it in Germany, which companies hire people for that, how is it seen by people or perceived. And then I actually saw that they were making a difference between the salary men and women get for doing that job. The kids over there always. So what I was saying, I still was so shocked when I saw that they showed me a salary of an average social media manager, what they should make in Germany, and then you could see male and female, different salaries. And of course the women were making less. So,
yeah.
You know, in our business it doesn't exist. Gender has nothing to do with the money you make. You know, we all have the same business, we all have the same system. In our case, it's the iPass-2, which helps us so much with the whole selling process, with the whole autopilot thing. I mean, it's amazing, the trainings we have there too. But it has nothing to do if you're a guy or you're a woman or you have kids or you're taking care of somebody in your family, or if you're maybe divorced, like in my case. I'm just with my daughter on my own. And I still can find my way to do it. That's why I'm sitting in the kitchen. I put her to bed, and then I love working for a few hours on the kitchen table. So I can do this. We're free to do this. Your son is over there showing up, but it's fine. You can find your way to do things. And I think there's still this. You said that before, like it's a man's world. And we think, well, I was raised by a woman who was standing up and doing everything herself, and it was a whole generation. I think in America too, women started doing just everything, raising kids, having a career. It was like, we're the same, but okay, we know it's not quite like that. But I still have these images in my head, and I see so many families, like you said, women are still with the kids. And of course, when they're little, you want to do that. You said that too. I want to raise my kid, you know, but as stupid as it sounds, it's like silly, but I think it's an idea that just runs in our culture. So even though you don't believe it anymore, or you see women having a career and kids and doing everything well, but we still find it like something normal when we see more men on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Because it's awkward. Why do we not say immediately, wow, why is there just one woman and 10 men? But we think, well, it's normal, you know? So we have to change the perception. I think it's something very deep running in the culture.
Yeah, I've noticed too with the iPass-2 system, the trial offer, a lot of women are starting to join now. The women are coming to the Hangouts more. So it's great to see that we're ready to step up to the plate and not take, you know, it's just, I've said it before and I said it today too, it's just so difficult to work outside the home and have a family life, and especially if you're a single mom. I have a disability. I have MS, so I have a mobility issue. My oldest son is Asperger, so I have that to deal with as well. And that, to me, that was a big reason for me to stay home for 12 years with him, up until I was divorced or separated, and then our divorce just went through. Because with Zach, he needed constant care. He could go to school in the morning, but I could get a call 2 hours later. You know, he's having a bad day. He's not something's not right today, or having a meltdown. You know, that's so hard to see. And the team we've had that's worked with him that have been amazing, that he's gone from this confused little boy at 6 when he was diagnosed with Asperger. I don't know if you're familiar with it, or anyone watching. Okay,
I have a best friend, a girlfriend my age, and she has a son which has Asperger too. So
okay, yeah, it's very common, I think. But he couldn't, he wasn't able to function at school until grade 8. When he started grade 9, his high school, then he can go to class. Up until grade 8, he couldn't even go sit in a classroom. So it was that was difficult too. And where was I going with? Oh, to be able to stay home with him. Yeah. That was a big thing for me, that I had to be able to support him the way he needed it. And that was just huge. No, we're having a snack. It's snack time. Yeah.
I have something here too, like some nuts and cranberries and stuff that I love.
Well, we were on a liquid diet. The hospital said no food, no solid foods for 3 days. I think he had to go without anything solid, and it was hard on him. But he was sick for, like I said, 6 days.
And I got starving, and Mom feed me hard food.
Yeah, today's his first day of solid food again. So I think that's the big thing with women, that to have that option, that I can replace the salary that when my ex-husband left, he left with it, because I don't know what Germany's like, but this child support that you're ordered to pay is peanuts. You can't live off that. So I'm able to replace that salary and give my kids the, shelter, food. Yeah. And then the luxuries, too, that we would not be able to afford if it wasn't for this business. And that's what's so important to me. And I had so many, I get so many offers. And
stop talking for a second?
Not right now.
Just for 1 second. And Mom wanted a mansion, get it built. Yeah. And this house, and our house is going to be on top of the mansion.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So I think for us as women, we have to, take the leap of faith, and there were so many offers, as I was saying, and these get rich schemes, and I got suckered into a few of them, and I don't know how many hundreds of dollars, and I know one I paid $3,000 for about 4 years ago, and it was just, it wasn't a scam, but it was something I could have learned on my own if I'd known about it, but I didn't know anything about the internet. I didn't know about the internet business. And this Empower Network and the iPass system really teaches us that.
Yeah, but that's what I say every time. I mean, I have to be honest here. I'm wearing black, but I'm completely transparent, I have almost no friends in my real day-to-day life that really understand what I'm doing. And I'm going to tell you more. I don't tell anybody. I just have one friend who has kind of a similar mindset, and he is not into online business, but he understands our way of thinking, and he's been working on his personal development for so many years that he actually changed his profession when he was already in his mid-30s, because he said, I'm a lawyer, I'm making so much money, but it's not what I feel from my heart, it's not what I really want to do. So he knows what it takes to change, to make a decision, to have a dream, to take action on a daily basis. Having 2 kids, he had like half of the week, and nobody expected him to do that at all. And of course, he's not a woman, but he understands me better, because he said, well, I know that what you're doing is right for you because you have fun with it and you learn so many things that I'm amazed how you could learn that in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I'm telling him, like, hey, do you know how the ranking thing in the search engines works if you have Google Plus? And he said, no, what you're talking about? And I said, well, if you have a profile and then, you know, you click. And he said, well, where do you learn all this stuff? You know? And I said, well, these guys in the business are so awesome, and they always throw things at you. And I always say, even the people who are on top and really don't have to worry about the money whatsoever. I mean, they could afford almost everything, but they always are willing to give you like the most valuable things they know for free, because they want you do better, because it's all linked together. I mean, if there was one person over there just interested in his own benefit, the team would just break down. People would leave, because you feel that. And I feel that every time, that if we can have this little hangout here, if we can have team hangouts, and even more women are joining there, it's because we feel comfortable there. So there is something we can work with. And I didn't know anything. People say, oh, but you're quite young. It must be normal for you. I said, no. I mean, I even got out of Facebook like 3 years ago because I didn't want to do that anymore. I said, I don't want to, you know, I hate this, no privacy, and people are asking awkward things, and I like my friends in real life. But I started it again because I said, well, I need to do this. I want to do this business. I have a dream here. I have a why. And girls, you need to have your why. And some girls or women just tend to say, no, I'm not even trying because I have these circumstances. But it's because of the circumstances you should actually join and start to be able to make the whole thing change, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and the biggest thing too, I did a blog on that the other day, or a couple weeks ago, about the why. And when I started, my why was totally different from what it actually is until I really looked at it. And I thought, you know what, my why was my kids. You know, I want a better life for my kids. And then I got to thinking about it, and that's, you know, it's true, I want a better life for my kids, but by getting myself into the personal development and making myself a better person.
I coughed.
Have a drink. Make myself a better person. In the long run, I'm a better mom because I have a lot more patience for them. If I have, I don't have the worries I had before. And you said about circumstances. That is so true, because for a year I just worried, but I didn't actually do anything about it. You know, I just had my little bit I was working with, and I got by on that, but that wasn't good enough. You know, it's not good enough, and it shouldn't be good enough for you or anyone else. Listening to this. Yeah.
So, and I want to say it again, because actually, and people, if you listen to this and you think this is scheduled or we have a script, look what I have here. This, and my things, but you know, the universal, of synchronous attraction works, because today I was on my bike, you know, having my bike like this, walking with it, and my daughter on top of it, and we went to buy something for her, and you know, and then I saw myself, and I said, well, I have the time to do this. I just picked her up at kindergarten. She said, you know, the lady told us we need to bring something for tomorrow. I said, well, okay, so let's go to this store. I think they might have it. And it was so nice. She said, can we buy a croissant at this shop here? Yes, we can. And then I thought, you know how many people, they say the same thing. I want to buy good food for my kids. I want to buy this for my kids. But it's like, why do you see parents buying good food for their kids, but themselves, they eat junk food all day?
Yeah.
So they don't take care of themselves. So how are the children going to learn that it's worth it if you take care of yourself? So, and that's something a lady told me years ago in network marketing. She was doing very well for like 20 years. She's been doing very well in network marketing. I mean, that's a hard business, I think, if you don't know what to do, but she actually knew. She's amazing. Angela, I think, is her name. Yeah, Angela from Spain. And she said, you know what? I wanted to do it for my kids and for my husband, But then a friend told me, you know what? Don't do it for him. Don't do it for your kids. Do it for you, for yourself in the first place. Because if you do it for you, it's what you say. In extension, everything changes. But if you don't change yourself and you think, oh, I really cannot do this because I feel stuck or because I never do those things, I never talk to people. Well, you can see I enjoy talking to people, but I couldn't do so many other things. I mean, a few days ago, one of the guys in the business there, oh, thank you all, you're so great, guys. He told me what a subdomain actually was and how I could set that up in GoDaddy. And I was using the links that I had. They were working perfectly fine, but I said, they need to look nicer. And he said, what do you mean? What are you trying to do? And I said, well, I know it's a strange way of saying this, but I don't know. I never know the words. So this is who I am, you know. I say, they need to look nicer, the links. And he said, oh, you mean subdomains and masking? I said, yeah, that's it. So he taught me how to do it, but that's new for me.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the business for a while now, but that was still new. But who cares if we have a team and people can tell you? I couldn't Google that because I didn't know what the question was.
Yeah.
So you have a team, people you can talk to. Because if you type in a low quality question on Google, it's going to give you low quality answers. So
that's right. Yeah, and even the team that you were speaking of, Anna Zubarev, she's an amazing, the media queen, we call her, eh? And she had a hangout, I don't know if you saw last night, very late, so you might have been, it would have been early morning for you. But it was really good about social media. And yeah, and it just, you know, you learn so much from these people that you can take.
I want to watch TV.
Not right now, but after. And you know, that's the big thing, that it's a company that is really there for us. Anyone that wants to work hard at it, you have to put the time in, the energy in, but the benefits and the rewards are just amazing.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, and I think, yeah, the ladies, all the ladies should be lining up. Like, when can I join? You know, when is there a coaching call for me? When can I meet my coach? Because you have a coach. You know how much money people pay for a coach that doesn't know dreams, that doesn't maybe know anything. But here they know that if you joined in the first place, it's because you saw somebody, maybe us, or one of our partners saying, well, what's your why? What's your dream? Do you want to do this? So there is some connection that you feel. That it's something, you don't listen to a person for nothing, you know, you can stop the video whenever you like. So there is some alignment, there is something that you want, something that you need, something that got your attention. I don't know, something you're trying to do, so you come across certain things. And I think what you said also, many women may think, well, I don't understand this, and I see so many scam or spammy things, and I don't know, why is this better than the other one, which was a complete, I don't know, something I couldn't even use. But I think that's good. If you put some time in research, like, what is it I could do, you're going to find out what's best for you. I mean, and if we thought this was better, it's because you see there's real people there, because straight away you get invited to a coaching call, to a hangout, and you have the people there talking to you. So you see it's no strange company with something behind it, or that you feel it's not real.
That's right. Yeah,
it's people like you and me, and then you think, well, you still have doubts, like maybe he could do it, but I can't, because of course in my case it was a guy too. So I thought, well, maybe he has a lot of time to do this, or you know, who knows? And he's in America, so it's very far away in different time zones. And he said, well, don't worry, we have Joe in Finland. So And I was still thinking that maybe as a single, and I guess he saw that and he said, well, there you go. So ladies, just think that you can do this. It's no difference, men or women. It's just fine.
Yeah.
It's really just fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I think, and as women, I think we tend to be very organized, very meticulous. The top leaders of the company are just phenomenal women.
A boy heard that.
Yeah.
A boy doesn't like it. A boy doesn't like it.
Oh, my son heard that. He doesn't like it. Hear about women that.
Stacy's there, right? That woman is amazing, Stacy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I heard that
so,
too.
yeah. So I should, I should wrap this up anyway, and hopefully someone will take a look at it, see what the company has to offer. Oh, I should have had the drapes clothes. That's so much better. Who would have thought? The link is below my video. Jenna will put the link on hers, and by all means, check the iPass 2 system out. It's a 7-day trial offer for $7. For $7, you get a personal coach.
Yeah.
All they ask you to do is watch the videos that you're not paying for. In those videos, you'll learn so much and take so much from them. I still go back and look at the videos. There's
it's
so
like a 7-day
much
camp. It's a boot camp of 7 days, but it's so intense, and you see the guys really know what they're doing. So, and always you come up with questions, you can write them down, but you don't even need to, because they start answering to all your questions, because it's really made for people like you, for somebody who doesn't know really what they're talking about. So you get to learn it on the process. So put in a few hours, get the $7 trial. $7, it's less than €7 in Europe. So that's nothing. Sometimes I pay more for a coffee and a cookie. Really. Sometimes it even tastes badly, and I say, look, this coffee just sucks, so this sucks because you learn so many things, and you're going to see that everybody can do it. So if Alana can, if I can, you can do it too.
Yeah.
Change. Don't worry about if you know about social media, if you know about marketing. You can do it from 0 to superhero.
That's this is right. That's right. I love it. I love it.
Now let's meet on the other side, ladies, and the guys are invited too.
Yeah. It's good for anyone that just wants to make a change in their lives to have more family time, because that's what it's all about. Having more time for your families, having more time, having more freedom to be able to take a vacation, to be able to, just enjoy life, and start living on your terms, not your boss's terms. Because I did that for a number of years, and it didn't matter how hard you worked for that company or that boss or that organization. At the end of the day, you were still a number.
Yeah, you'll never own it, really. And if it's your own business, but you have to put so much effort in it that you can't see your family, it wouldn't be worth it for me. The dream is not worthy of me or of you if you can't see your kids because you have to run your own business. This one, we can run it too.
Yeah.
But you have partners all the time. You don't need to have somebody telling you, put in more hours and work your butt off, no matter if you see your family or not. That's just not what we want.
Yeah.
So just do it. And if you feel sick, you can stay at home. I have a video, like online job to stay at home even when you're sick.
Yeah.
And I could do it. I could work, and the system was running it on autopilot for us. So That's luxury.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just it's unreal.
Is there any other numbers?
No, that's it. And to be able to, you know,
Yeah.
not miss
Do
on,
this.
you know, it's just so important.
Yeah. And just the last thing, Alana, because I think many ladies should think about that. There's also another myth that runs in our culture, because we see it all the time, that many women don't even know what their husbands do earn. I mean, they don't know the numbers in the house or in their life. So women need to know the numbers. In the iPass-2 system, in the Empower Network system, you have a whole system set up so you learn to know your numbers from day one. You know what you earn, where from, you can track everything, you can see if it's how do you work better, how many hours you put into this, minutes you put into that. So you need to be in charge of your numbers. And if you think you can't do that because somebody else is doing it for you all the time, here you're forced to learn your numbers.
That's right.
And in a natural way. So in the beginning, I didn't know. So I learned it while it happens. Oh, I earned some money here. Oh, I have some money there. So that's also very important. So many women still think men are better with numbers, but it's actually not true.
No, no, no. It's time to get empowered, you know?
Yeah.
Get empowered.
Totally.
And, yeah, run with it. Just enjoy it. Be able to enjoy life.
Yeah. And thanks so much for doing this. It's really great idea, like always. And people, just click on the links, no matter what links, hers, mine, just the links, and meet on the other side.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay, thank you so much, Jenny. And yeah, we'll talk soon. I guess the hangout's canceled Saturday, the first one in months, I'm sure. But Wednesday, Wednesday we'll see you. And I was thinking, you were talking about the numbers, and that's so true. What we should do is get Anna or Alex or Michael to do a hangout with us, and they can do a screen share and go through the numbers in the system, because they're so familiar with it. They're so so on top of it.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to have someone else.
Yeah, and they've been in the business more time than we do, so they've seen how the system has changed and how easily it's working now. So
that's right.
That would be beautiful for all the guys, but also the ladies that are watching, I hope, because it doesn't make sense. When I read in the newspaper here in Germany, I have to say that like 70% of women who got divorced after years of marriage find out they didn't even know how much he was making and where the money was going. So you need to be in charge of your financial situation now. No matter how much he's making, or if you inherited some money, or the government is helping you, I mean, it's perfectly fine, but it can change tomorrow. So we need to learn.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the big thing with the iPass-2 system. You can plug in today and start earning money tomorrow. You know, start selling the $7 trial members, and in no time at all, you get a residual income. See the income disclosure on the bottom? I'll have to point that one out.
To say that. And it doesn't matter. Even if you have the $7 trial, you get through all the education. You start seeing, well, this is for me. I can do it because it will happen to you. And it can take 2 months maybe till you make the money you want. But it doesn't matter. What is 2 months?
Yeah.
Somebody else told me, you know, I was working it like randomly, then I went through the trainings properly, so it took me 6 months. But who cares? I mean, what is 6 months in comparison to years? You maybe were unhappy doing a job, or the future you would have if you don't even try. So we have to say always, income disclosure, results not typical, but there is a lot of people who make money the next day, so it can happen too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And
For me as well. Thank you.
thank you, and have a good night. I guess you're ready for bed soon.
Yeah.
We're gonna ready for supper.
Okay. I hope you win.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in to us, and it's always a pleasure to talk with you. And anytime you want to get in touch with either one of us, feel free to send a Facebook, through the blog,
Yes.
Twitter. We're approachable.
Yes. So no matter who you are, where you live, just do it. Get in touch with us. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.